Hey YouTube, it's Farmall 51 here. Alright, let's see, had a pretty good weekend. Took the 79 140 out to the Knightdale and Zebulon, North Carolina Christmas parades. I decided to take this 140. I thought it'd be neat to take this one, and we're going on a pretty long trip. We probably did a total of 12 miles Saturday on the Knightdale Christmas parade. We parked a little ways off and drove to the parade, ate, and then drove back on the tractors. So actually the tractor did pretty good. I think which I knew the transmission here, the top plate there, you can see how dirty it is, but it usually there's Mr. Moses. But it usually, when I first got the thing, it was covered in, oil and stuff where it comes out. But it's the Hy-Tran in it. Evidently, the old gasket in there probably needs replacing. But anyway, it did well. No problem with it. Actually, it drove nice. I probably had a little too much air in the tires, but other than that, and there you can see the spot there is from where I had overfilled it with antifreeze. So some of it still had come out. It come out the tube there. So as you can see. So let's see what else. Oh yeah, this tractor here. We took the 51 Super C. And we took this tractor here. The serial plate on here does not have. Let's see, the serial plate reads, and I'll see if I can get a closer shot of it. But 66701J, and it does not have, this tractor, according to the serial plate, does not have the high-speed rear end on it, which. Really, this is the first time I've ever had it in fourth gear wide open for a long period of time, and it would outrun the Super C. Now I don't know. Now the other 140 here, the last known 140, this tractor here will outrun it. But everything matches on the tractor. Nothing has been taken off. Like I said, even the valve cover gasket on it had never been touched since day one. Like I say, the hoses were all original, the belt's original on it. I mean, nothing has been done to this tractor as far as tearing into this tractor that I can tell. I mean, you can look at the bolts and tell that nothing has been taken apart. Nothing on the rear end has been done. And so the transmission here, I'm not sure I'm gonna have to do some looking, but I didn't know if there's any outside markings on the transmission that indicated it would be. I doubt it would be, not the housing anyway, but not unless you tore into it and actually looked at the gearing on it. Would it have shown any indication as far as it being a higher speed rear end? But they would normally on the serial plate mark JKK, J for Rockford clutch, and the KK was for the high speed fourth gear, I think it was, or it may have been all the gears were just a little faster. But I do know second gear in this tractor, as soon as you let the clutch out, it almost spin a tire. Third gear is not, I would say, is about normal to the other 140s that I've driven. But fourth gear in this tractor is unreal how fast it is. Like I say, I had a 69 a couple videos back. I don't know if I ever did put a video on this tractor. But on that tractor, I mean, but it had a JKK marked on it. Now I've drove it down the road in the subdivision up the road here when there was no houses, and it was unreal. It's just insane how fast it was. And this tractor here is the exact same way. So I'm not sure why there was no marking on the serial plate. Serial plate's original, nothing's been tampered with on it. It still has the red paint around it where they halfway masked it off during when they painted the tractor. So I don't know. It's just, it makes me, wonder, for one thing, why it wasn't marked. Why it wasn't marked for the high-speed rear end. But it most definitely does have the high-speed rear end in it. There's no doubt about it. Like I say, I've drove the tractor. I've drove this one. I've drove a friend of mine's. I've drove other tractors that didn't have the markings, and there's, and I've driven the, tractors with the KK, JKK on it, and it most definitely drives the exact same way. So, I don't know. Just kind of wonder what the deal is here, but why is. I didn't know if anybody could maybe get some help on that. Maybe somebody knows a little more than I do. I've sent a note to Ken Updike and Guy Fay. They're pretty good, well-known IH, books of knowledge in the IH world here. They're on Rev Power Forum and Facebook every now and then, but I don't know. It's just, I just maybe wonder, what the deal was. Like I say, this tractor here, and all I did, this tractor here, I probably turned the governor screw out 3 or 4 turns, which that should not have. Which this tractor, of anything, is turned wide open and has a pull-in carburetor on it. So if anything, this tractor here were to leave, go pretty fast. I did not have the app. I've changed phones since the last time I had downloaded the had a speedometer app or GPS app on there. So, and I think I'm going to download it again and take this tractor out on the road somewhere and see and actually see what how fast it will go. But I do know, like I say, I passed the Super C, and it passed the Super H. So the guy had a Super H there. I mean, it was just unreal how fast it would fly down the road, and it actually held true. It did not wobble, did not wander from side to side. It stayed just as straight and narrow as it could be, and like I say, had no problem. But anyway, that's enough of that, and I'm gonna do some research, and I'll probably do another video on this tractor, or what I find out as far as what's the deal with the transmission. Why is it so much faster, and it's not marked for that transmission. And I was told by some people that sometimes at the end of production, which this tractor here is like 200 or 190 some from this tractor, and this tractor here supposedly is, if it's not the last tractor, it's close to the last tractor. But if this, I was told that they just started, whatever. At the end, they started, putting whatever in them as far as, transmissions. It may have gotten missed, may have got the transmission that had that high-speed rear end in it, and nobody ever marked it, or it's just by that time they didn't really care. They were just trying to get them out the door and get done so they can get on, with other tractors or other things. By that time, International was having some trouble, or starting to. Well, they were always, having some trouble, but you're getting in the later years of the company's history there. So, but I don't know. Like I said, these two here were at the end of the line pretty much, and I'm just wondering if they were putting whatever in there and really didn't care to mark anything. But anyway, I'll let you know what I find out, and it'd be interesting to know, because like I say, there's no doubt about it. It's got the high speed rear end in it, but why it's not marked. All right, thanks for watching.